Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today we'll be creating this fun marbled effect with edible gold paint. For this project I've used a 6-inch base tier and a 4-inch top tier. My 4-inch cake that you see me covering now with ganache is half the height of my 6-inch. I like to use 2 cakes cut in half and all stacked together. This one here in particular though is only 1 cake cut in half and then stacked. I like to use a knife to cut away the top edge to make it nice and sharp, and then I pop it into the fridge and repeat again with my bottom tier. For the decoration we're using fondant. Here are 3 logs that I have rolled and then some navy blue and a burgundy colour. Create a few logs, plant those larger white ones in between, and then roll it all together into one uniform log, fold it in half, and then continue this process as many times as you like. The more you do this, the more lines you will create within your marble pattern. For the bottom tier, I only used a few coloured logs and then just 1 solid log. As you continue to fold, you're just going to keep creating more and more, so I didn't want the bottom tier to be as convoluted. Once it's about 3 or so millimeters in thickness, drape it over your cake, push out any air from the top, seal in that top edge, and then gently undo the pleats and massage the fondant onto your ganache. If you want to, you can add a little bit of shortening or water to the surface of your ganache just to help your fondant to stick. Smooth it out, cut off the excess, and then continue to smooth out the fondant with 2 fondant smoothers. I like to run them along the top edge to create nice sharp edges, and then follow the same steps again for your top tier. To stick the 2 together, you first want to add some dowels into your bottom tier. I like to use 3 of them in a triangular formation. I know that the top cake is not going to be very heavy at all, so I just use straws. And then stick them together with ganache. Make sure you like where the marble is lining up, so rotate the cake if you need to. And then to create the paint, I recommend using like a Rolcom Super Gold Luster Dust. Usually that's 100% edible, but do check the packaging. You can mix it with vodka, rosewater spirit, or if you can't use alcohol, lemon juice works a treat as well. Take a really thin brush and just brush along those existing lines in the marble. You can decide how heavy you want this. I did a majority of the lines that I could see. If you wanted to though, you could just go over a few lines here and there, totally up to you. By the time you're done, it should look a little something like this. I highly recommend adding ribbons at the bottom of each tier just to hide the seam of the fondant, especially where the 2 cakes meet. It's pretty good as is. You could use a little cake topper. I just took this branch of a plant that my mum had in the backyard, just dusted it over with gold dust. It sticks to leaves a charm. And then to insert it into your cake, I recommend popping the stem through a straw and then into your cake, and that way none of the plant actually makes contact with the edible part of the cake. Move the leaves around until you're happy. They were really crowded, so I kind of just pulled them left and right just to open that up. And that's it. That is how you make a fun marble design with gold accents. I hope you enjoyed this cake decorating tutorial and give the design a go. If you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can check it out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again in the next one.